Hi, I'm MJ. Today I'm going to guide you through a meditation practice to help you feel safe and open in your pelvis. So this practice is called safety and de-armoring. So what we're going to be doing is finding some safety, some balance, some feelings of ease in the pelvis so that we can then invite our pelvises to relax and soften and be more open, be less armored, be less unnecessarily protected. And of course, this is an area that needs a lot of protection in our culture, especially for certain groups of people. It's really challenging to relax into the pelvis and enjoy this area of the body. So this is a time to cultivate some safety, cultivate some grounding and a sense of protection here. So let's get seated or in any other position that would feel good to your body. You do not have to sit perfectly still to meditate. And finding a comfortable way for your body to be is maybe the first act of safety that we'll do in this practice. So I'll be seated, but you might be walking, or you might be listening in your car. You might be dancing as you do this practice. And then feeling into if it feels better to you to have eyes open or closed initially here. This might be another way that you cultivate a sense of safety. Just noticing if it feels better to take a look around, get in touch with your environment, or if it feels better to close the eyes down and maybe come into something a little bit more intimate. And it's okay if you have a sense of not being sure too, not being sure what feels good. You can just experiment. So already noticing how you might be able to use your experience to create safety. So maybe it feels safe to you to be still and quiet and eyes closed. Maybe it feels safer to be gently swaying the hips and looking around your room. There's no correct way to do this practice. Just the way that makes you feel the best. The way that makes you feel the most comfortable in your own skin. You might take some deep sighs and exaggerate the exhales, maybe even make some sound on the exhales. Using your breath to drop into awareness and to connect with this moment. Sometimes a nice, deep, exaggerated breath can help you feel more connected with what's happening now. Good. And then turning your attention to something that already feels good in the body. Maybe there's some relaxation or softening happening just from doing this little bit of breathing, a little bit of movement. Noticing where in the body you might already sense some letting go, some relaxation. And of course, for a lot of us, it's going to be hard to focus on relaxation. Our programming doesn't really work in our favor. Culturally and evolutionarily, we're programmed to notice what's not working for us. So just know that if it's hard for you to feel something in your body that feels relaxed, that's really normal. And a few places that usually work for me, even if the rest of my body is pretty uncomfortable, is the palms of my hands, the soles of my feet, or the temperature of my skin. Those are a few places that usually feel okay to me, so hopefully one of those feels okay to you, or you found another place in the body that feels okay to be with. A lot of times clients will tell me that, well, I can't really feel anything in my body that feels good necessarily, but I can feel something that's neutral or just fine. And what I usually say is, that's great. That's a good start, and feeling something that just feels okay is a good practice, right? Feeling something that doesn't feel too activated with challenge. Something that's just there might be a great place to hold your attention. Good. And then invite your whole body to soften and release. Not all of it probably will, but we can invite softness from the skull down into the jaw and the throat and the shoulders, the arms and hands, all the way up through your fingertips. Maybe imagining that relaxation pouring over you like a waterfall, or a warm golden liquid pouring over your chest, your rib cage, your belly, your spine, the sides of your body. Relaxation pouring down into the hips and the pelvis, hip sockets, and all the way down your thighs and your lower legs. Relaxation pouring down from your head all the way through your toes. Just noticing what is relaxed. Again, super normal if it's hard to relax or hard to even notice something that's relaxed. But as much as you can, pivot your attention to what feels soft, open, and good in your body. Take a couple deep breaths into that good feeling, wherever it is. Great. And then I'll invite you to draw your attention to your pelvic bowl, so that place right in between the hip sockets. right between the tailbone and the pubic bone, glutes, hips, reproductive organs. Maybe it feels useful to create some imagery here, so I really like the image of a bowl, nice round. My bowl is mahogany, mahogany bowl at the base of your spine, holding your sexual organs and muscles and tissues and blood and fluids. Bone. You can use whatever imagery you want. Maybe you imagine a garden or a coral reef or an upside down pyramid. Any kind of imagery that connects you with this part of your body. Maybe it's just a warm ball of light resting in your pelvis. Good. Noticing how that feels to bring about some positive imagery, some useful imagery for feeling into this area of the body. Noticing if there's a pleasant sensation in the pelvis, maybe just the sense of warmth or a nice sense of structure or heaviness, or maybe there's a tingliness. Good. And the next thing I'll invite you to do is also create some imagery of any kind of guardians that you might want to place with you as you do this work. This can be confronting and challenging work. So if you were to imagine some protectors, some guardian beings here by your side, or maybe even around your pelvic area, calling on those guardians to be with you now. Maybe you imagine angels or ancestors, maybe an animal or a plant that you really connect with, maybe just a version of you, your higher self. Imagining any protectors that you would like to have here with you as you do this practice. And then if it feels good, placing hands on the pelvic bowl. Maybe one hand right over your pubic bone, one hand over your low back. Maybe two hands across the front of your hips, or maybe you want to even give a little massage to the low back, the glutes, the hips, the pelvis. Just some kind of loving touch from your own hands to invite a sense of calm and safety in your pelvis. You can keep connecting to your breath. The breath is always a beautiful way to reconnect to what's happening now. Whatever you're using your hands for, whatever touch is feeling supportive, just really feel that in the palms and the fingers. Really connect to that sensation of touch. Feeling with your hands and also feeling from your pelvis. Maybe there's a little bit of pressure or warmth. Maybe there's a sense of rhythm as you move your hands. Just noticing anything that feels good and supportive from your hands to your own body. A way of saying, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, pelvis. Chances are you've been through a lot. And you're probably already picking up on this from the tone of this video, but just as a reminder, you go at your own pace, you take whatever instructions I'm offering as a guideline. Like I said at the top of the video, it's hard for some of us to draw our attention into our pelvic bowls. It can be triggering, it can be confronting, it can be painful. There can be grief here. So go at your own pace, and if you get overwhelmed, just come back to something else that feels okay in your body, or open your eyes, pause the video, take a deep breath. There's no right way to do this. Good. If you're still feeling open and connected to your pelvis, I invite you to just really dial up your awareness here and get curious about sensations. Feeling sensations in your hips, your glutes, your tailbone, your reproductive organs, the low belly. Inviting this area to be soft. Inviting this area to be released. Maybe even a little movement feels good here. You might notice that I'm putting a little sway in my low back. Just a little rock in my shoulders. Sometimes it helps me to find what's feeling good by moving a little bit. Relaxing your ovaries. Relaxing your womb. And I'm guiding this practice from a feminine energy perspective. So if you don't have a womb or ovaries, you might just imagine that you have some feminine energy in the base of your pelvis that can release and relax. We all have, quote unquote, yin and yang, masculine and feminine energies running through us. So we're tuning into our feminine side today. And if masculine and feminine doesn't resonate with you at all, just relax your pelvis. Just breathe. Maybe you notice some tingles or some expansion and contraction. Maybe you notice a sense of widening. Maybe there's a comfortable, solid, weighted sense in the pelvis. There may be discomfort too, and we welcome that to be here. And as much as you can, finding what's okay, finding what feels okay in your pelvic bowl. And breathing into that, noticing that. Good. And if your hands aren't still on your pelvis, you might bring them back. We're going to offer some words of encouragement to this area of the body. We're going to speak some loving words. You might say them out loud if you can. Using your voice is a powerful tool. Or you might just say them in your mind. So speaking some loving, kind, encouraging words to this area of the body. I'll demo a few and then I'll send you off on your own adventure. So just repeat after me, out loud or in your mind. I'm listening. Thank you for being here. I'm right here with you. It's okay to relax. It's safe to relax. It's safe to feel pleasure. It's safe to feel good here. And you get to go at your own pace. No rush. I'm here for you. Great. And then if there are any other specific words of encouragement that your pelvis needs to hear today, I invite you to say those out loud or in your mind. Maybe just a thank you. Anything that your pelvis is needing to hear to feel safe. Keep connecting with your breath. Keep using that breath to regulate energy in the body. The inhale energizes the body. The exhale relaxes. Good. Maybe even breathing into your pelvic bowl, expanding and relaxing on the exhale. Feeling your low back broaden as you inhale. Feeling your pelvis soften as you exhale. My dog is sighing in the corner with us. Good. Good, and then we'll wrap this practice up by zooming out to the whole body, bringing your awareness to the rest of your body. Relaxing through your face, your jaw, your chest, your belly, down the tailbone, all the way out the legs and the arms. And visualizing some kind of protective bubble or barrier around you, whether that's an energetic barrier or something that looks like a steel box in your mind. Any kind of protective, cozy barrier that helps you to feel that you are doing this work in a safe space, that you're doing this work without outside unwanted energy coming through, or that you're doing this work without allowing your energy to leak away from you, giving too much of yourself away. Maybe imagining a beautiful ball of light, or imagining that you are cradled in a giant flower or a hammock or beautiful glass orb. Maybe you just want to imagine a fence around you. And as you imagine this protective barrier, inviting your whole body to relax and soften even more into that protection, into that safety. Releasing anything that might not be serving you with your exhale. Releasing unwanted energy that's in your body, that's in your pelvis. Inviting your whole body to open and de-armor, to take some of those layers of tension off and melt into relaxation. Excuse me. Good. And then you might just say a few more times in your mind, and maybe bring a hand over your heart and a hand over your pubic bone, and repeat, I'm safe. It's safe to let go. I'm safe. It's safe to let go. And maybe, just maybe, I love you. Good, and really taking your time. No rush. We're going to start to come out of this practice. And as you open your eyes and come back to some light, you might just look around your space wherever you are. Take some more deep breaths. And you might be able to feel into this right now, or just imagine what this would be like. But I'll just ask the question, what would it be like to live from the viewpoint of a relaxed pelvis? What would it be like to have your awareness guiding you from your pelvic bowl, from a sense of safety, stability, aliveness, and openness in your pelvis? So just dropping that question in, seeing how that feels, and may it be so. I'm sending you so much love and so much relaxation in your pelvis. Bye.